Shalom, first and foremost. We want to give all praises
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders of GMS. We well once again. Peace and salutation to the Lake Akim in the four corners. Course of truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. I wanted to get into what this lake of fire is, because Christian church teaches, it's under the ground. There's this evil guy, Satan with a pitchfork poking you. So if the lake of fire is down there, then you're not worried about what's going to happen up here, So they think, oh no, you worry about that. That's when you die, At any time you can die. Any time, this Most High could bring this lake of fire. This is Saint Slakia, 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. I'll start with verse 9. Yahweh is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to us, were not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So, that right there is the lake of fire. We're going to get to that. But he's talking about the earth being on fire, because the Most High destroyed the earth first with water. That was the first death. Second death is because he promised he wouldn't, because his bow in the clouds. He promised he wouldn't flood the earth no more. But this time, the Most High says that this earth is going to be melted away with fervent heat. So this is the lake of fire that's talking about. Reach a little bit more. You got something? Just let me know.
The lake of fire is basically what Yahweh Shema Shah is going to do to the planet. It's going to do to the planet Earth, mainly America. America's going to be having a nice cookout. It's going to be ribs everywhere. It's going to be nice and a lot of meat. You know what I mean? A lot of vegetables burning. It's going to be really a hellfire, Go ahead, bro.
Verse 11 and verse 12, I'm going to get. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness?
So prepare yourself for so what you going to be? What kind of man you going to be in this situation? You going to be a righteous man, or you going to be a man that just blow the truth off, Man, the Lord have us standing out here to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and to proclaim the prophecies of the Lord, man. To tell you that this is going to be a time that ain't never been seen before, That He going to light up wintertime or whatever day. It's going to be hotter than summer, hotter than the winter. For a second, everything going to be bone. This thing is going to affect this thing is going to affect the whole earth, right?
Earth going to rack to and from.
Give me, bro. I was about to say that. Yeah, give me 14. You might as well go to 14 with it. Is that 14 or 20? Earth should rack to and from. I can Isaiah 14 too.
Okay.
No. Oh shoot! I might as well get. You got your scriptures. Go ahead. Get yours. Get yours. What you got? Bring that out. Bring yours out.
Oh, okay, kind. This is the book.
I get what you got. You go to the
of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 14.
24 and 20 times.
And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
And to be found written in the book of life, you got to have that mark of Ezekiel chapter 9. You have that mark of exemption. Because either you're going to take the mark of the beast, you're going to take the most highest mark of exemption. And even then, you got Edomites, that's, some of them are going to be cast in the lake of fire, and then some of them are going to be cast in the lake of fire, then come back as slave, and then some of the least is going to be taken just as slave and escape the lake of fire. So that is the second death right there. So this whole idea is because the brother just read that death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. It's not talking about underneath the earth. This is the second death. Because there's going to come a time where the same people that died in the lake of fire, they're going to come back as slaves. And there's some of them that Israel that got cast into the lake of fire, they're going to come back with everlasting shame, everlasting contempt.
And if I start up At verse 13 it says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works.
So wait, did they come out from underneath the ground, being burned in the pitchfork, just to be delivered against? Okay, this is your sentence now. We're gonna put you right back. Just like what they do when you go before, like you try to go, but not probate, but you try to get your sentence reduced or whatever. You in jail, and then you go before the judge, and then the judge puts you back in there. Eligible for a parole or something like that.
Yeah.
This kind right. So you're going to just come out from burning, go up to get judged to get stoked? No,
you're not. Because in Scripture said, what? Amos 9:2 said, "Those I dig into hell, this shall my hand take this." So he's talking about the ground. It's not talking about under. It's talking about hell. Hell in the situation is going to be hellfire. Situation we're in, but mainly it's hellfire,
because you got hell, that's a condition, but also lake of fire, that's a condition, so that is hell. So you got hell, that is actually captivity. Hell can be the whale's belly. Then you got the lake of fire, which that is a condition, so that is hell as well. And then you have actual this fake concept, which doesn't exist. What the Christian church says is that underneath the ground, you just burn forever, and that's not the case. Let me get a little bit of more. 2 Peter 3 verse 11 says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire." So here's equating to the days of the Most High Son coming. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So it's talking about the heavens. The heavens aren't underneath the ground, so that's what's going to be melted. Can you grab?
They got 1, 2 out.
I wanted to. Did you want to hold off on Isaiah 24 and 20, or
no?
just,
No, that's this.
okay.
That's what you want.
I was going to get it since I had it.
Kind.
Oh, you got something you
No,
want to read?
No, you bring yours out.
Okay, this is
Let me read it.
that's cool. Yeah.
Okay, this is the book Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
So what's going to make that earth move to and fro as a drunkard is just these arrows. What are the arrows? The missiles, the ICBM missiles, heading back and forth. That's going to cause fire. So this earth is going to be whirled to and fro as a drunkard, because this place is America's Babylon. Like the brother always says, it's going to be a big glass parking lot. It's going to be, this place is going to be burned up.
I got scripture. Can I get?
Get kind.
Okay, and it's, I'm gonna start from what this is Revelation 15:1. It says, "And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shah. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast."
Beautiful.
Okay, and over his image, and over his mark, and over his mark, and over the number of the name, over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So the scripture is bringing out that the ozone layer. So what the brother saw was America, or the earth being burnt. Certain parts of the earth being burnt. Because if you go outside, you can see what he saw was outside of the atmosphere into the heavens, and he was looking down basically out of the vision or in the ship, and he could see that America or the earth was being burnt, because the ozone layer looked like glass on the outside of it. So it looks like basically like an aquarium looking inside of an aquarium inside of fire. So sea mingled with the sea of fire mingled with glass. So that's what it basically is, and that's the hellfire that we're gonna see. All right. That's the destruction that was given to John the Revelator. I mean, the vision that was given to John the Revelator. He saw America being burnt up. He saw certain parts of the earth being burnt up. And now he saw that from outside of the atmosphere, outside of the firmament, which we call the ozone layer, man. And that wasn't some underground pit, you know? All right? Okay. Go ahead.
That was on that.
That's it on that.
Can you grab that? Luke?
Con, this is the book of St. Luke, chapter 12, and verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth.
This is Yahweh speaking. He said he's come to not, you know, because everybody think he coming to bring peace and cotton candy. You read that from the top again?
This is St. Luke, chapter 12, and verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
So, right. So he's going to send his own fire as well. He's going to send his laser beams out those UFOs. So this place is going to be hot than a motherfucker. You know, this is going to be the lake of fire. So this is why you got to be baptized in water, not physical water. You got to be baptized in that spiritual water. So that spiritual water that you baptize in, that you got to be submerged under, is going to help you. Because if you're submerged in water, fire is not going to harm you. You know, so this water that you got to be baptized in is what's going to need to save you. You got to be baptized in His Word. This is that water. This is that you got to be baptized and submerged under.
To back that up, go to Acts 2 and 41. Back that up.
And then when we're saved out of this fire, we're going to go up into the heavens. Which heavens is what? Shemayim, which even more waters to protect us.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 2, and verse 41. Then they that gladly received his word were baptized. And the same day there were added unto them about 3,000 souls.
Right, so that's what? The hearing of the word was made and baptized. Which word baptized going basically in the word to be immersed in this thing, man. So being immersed in this thing, man, you basically took on the understanding that Yahweh Shai put in you, man. The spirit that was on the men, man. You know? So they was baptized in that way because hearing of the word, they heard the word, man. So a lot of guys think that the water baptism is a symbolic, man. Being immersed. You're immersed in this word, man. And that's what we're out here doing, man. We're immersing you in the word so you can understand, hey, because we're trying to save our own selves, let alone trying to get brothers to save themselves by believing in the word of Yahweh Shema. That's why 3,000 souls were added. Because they believed. They were immersed in the word. They understood. The spirit came on them, man. All right? That's it. That's all I had to say.
That's pretty much all I had.
That's all you had to say?
Anything else?
Okay. I'm going to read two more. And this is Revelation 20 and 14. It says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written, this is verse 15. Whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So that was the lake of fire is actually what's going to be a burn. It's basically what the brothers bringing out nuclear weapons that's going to burn the earth, and it's going to burn the earth, and people going to be caught up in that nuclear destruction. The elements going to burn with fervent heat. Fervent heat is not saying underground. The elements on top of the earth, it's going to be burnt, and you are an element. So the lake of fire is what? It's going to be basically what the Yahweh Shema Shai called it, his indignation. What? The missiles, the nuclear missiles, and that's ultimately it. So with that, you got something else?
Nope.
So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash, peace, citation, shalom.
Shalom.